A very popular dish we had about 2 years ago. I make a duck rillette out of duck confit legs. So the rillette is kind of like a pate, where I take the meat that's confit, and it's very tender, and I whip it with some of the duck fat and a little bit of Dijon mustard and roasted garlic. And then it has some orange zest in it to kind of complement the blood orange marmalade and the fresh blood orange and fennel salad. The torte, we just did a seasonal adjustment on that. We have Honeycrisp apples, fresh leeks. I kind of braised them with some white wine and apple cider vinegar and honey, and then that is served a little bit warm on top of the torte itself. This is another seasonal item we bring back. This one I always get riots and phone calls about when it comes off the menu. It's a very popular beet salad. It's a marinated beet salad, so that means everything's already in it. There's no taking out cilantro, there's no taking out honey, there's no taking out the dressing. It's a marinated salad, so the dressing's on it. It comes seasoned and ready to go with red onion, cilantro, apple cider vinaigrette, which is honey, grapeseed oil, and apple cider. This is a fun new salad we've never done before, a brassica salad. So brassica is the family of vegetables, like cauliflower, broccoli, romanesco, those kind of plants. This looks a lot like cauliflower, but it has kind of little pointy nodes. The texture is very similar, the flavor is very similar. It just all goes together very nicely. I tossed all those roasted vegetables in a light sherry vinaigrette. The romesco sauce traditionally is a Spanish sauce with smoked paprika, piquillo peppers or red peppers, hazelnut or almond. This one we did a green romesco, which I've never seen it, so we just kind of went, let's do something different. And we use poblano, we use pistachio, parsley, lemon, roasted shallot, and some olive oil and cheese. And that's a little bit of Parmesan. And that's the base to the salad. So when they get into it, you really want to let them know that sauce at the bottom is part of that experience of, a lot of people pick it apart, but this is designed to really kind of eat all together. Classic returns the grilled cheese, kind of a build your own kind of thing if they want, so they can add with money. Broccolini, ham, bacon, into the spicy burger. It's cold outside, so we decided to do a nice hot burger. It's definitely has heat. It's not a joke.
No, it's not.
We're not kidding. But if you like spicy, this is right up someone's alley that likes it. I did a habanero paste. It's all de-seeded, so you eliminate some of the heat, but it's definitely spicy. The paste goes into the black garlic aioli. So the habanero paste, we roast jalapenos and habaneros and shallots and garlic. And if you're ever anywhere near the kitchen when we're doing that, you'll know, because you will get maced. Pepper sprayed. I did that to everybody on Sunday. It was fun. So the aioli is on the bottom. Our house pickles, half-pound patty, and then I do a half and half the ghost pepper cheese, the pepper jack, and white cheddar, because that pepper cheese is hot on its own. And so I cut it down just a little bit, 50-50, because just by itself, that's a spicy burger. So we've got a lot of elements of spice, but I like the layering of flavor when it comes to this kind of spicy burger. It's not just one thing. You're going to taste a lot of things, and the way when spicy things, you're eating them, they just continue to kind of develop flavor in your mouth. There's going to be a lot of that. All right, so cold outside, brought back the clam chowder. This is our rendition of a clam chowder. It's not a traditional, this has steamer clams mixed into it. We do some fresh cherry tomatoes for a little bit of sweetness and fresh pop, lemon, and then a traditional chowder base. So it has bacon, Trinity, roux, so there's flour, and butter and dairy. And there is also chicken stock, so it's not just pescatarian. New hanger steak. Brought back a great cut of meat. Love the hanger steak. This is a very, I don't know how to describe it, like umptious, meaty, really thick cut of red meat. So it eats better at like a medium, mid-rare medium, rather than a rare. We put it on a bed of root vegetables, a little roasted pear, parsnip, celery root, Yukon potatoes, mushrooms, the black trumpets. Those are local Oregon wild mushroom, only found this time of year. So also a little bit of chopped spinach for some extra freshness and a little bit of color. And then I do a demi-glace finished with a little bit of duck liver butter. Served with a little bit of crunchy garnish, celery root chips, and the marinade itself is a very, very strong, flavorful black garlic, red wine, herb-based marinade. Okay, this one's a really savory dish. Kind of, I would say, it's a rustic, sophisticated dish. It's braised pork cheeks. The cheeks themselves, we braise them, so we brown them, and we cook them in this flavorful liquid for about 2.5 hours until they're fall apart tender. And then we remove them from the sauce, and we blend the sauce up and thicken it, and add some shallots and black truffle peelings to it, red wine, veal stock, and it's reduced and concentrated, so it's very, very flavorful, very rich. Nice light white asparagus to go with it, grilled, caramelized. We have a crispy grits, white grits. We call it a boat, but it's going to be the vessel for the actual pork cheeks to live in. And then it's topped with the apple leek compote and the fresh Oregon black truffle butter. And that's very bright, very strong. I used about 8 ounces, but this many truffles for 5 pounds of butter. And they're really nice and ripe. Gotta love Hugo. He always gets me really good stuff. So really try to taste it, enjoy it. And if somebody orders it, really, there's truffle in the sauce and truffle in the butter. So you better be ready for it. And not want to shy away from having it. Next one. Let's eat pretty soon, huh? I think this one's a really great dish. Grilled swordfish. Don't get that in very much. Getting it sourced right now out of the South Pacific. We do it on a bed of Israeli couscous. It's finished with like a saffron cream, so I make creme fraiche and infuse it with saffron. It has piquillo peppers and mushrooms in the couscous itself. There's a little bit of butter sauce that's lemon beurre blanc. It's rich, but it really brightens up the dish because it's so acidic and so aromatic. We put shallots, peppercorn, just a little bit of lemongrass in it, and Meyer lemon puree and Meyer lemon zest and juice. That gets finished with butter. And then a really nice fresh component that we're doing is essentially like a pulpo style octopus, which is braised octopus. It goes really nicely with the fresh shaved fennel and preserved Meyer lemons. And we preserve them in-house in salt for about 2 weeks, and then we take them out, thinly slice them, and that gets added to the salad itself to order. So, and then lastly is our bolognese. This is another house dish that we bring back. I needed to kind of sneak it on the menu since this menu is going to go right up to spring, probably a couple months. It's obviously a nice comfort staple. It's braised lamb, pork, and beef, rich tomato sauce, a little bit of heavy cream in the actual tomato sauce, the bucatini, which is the hollow spaghetti, and we top it with some Parmesan and ricotta. We put a little bit of cottage cheese in there too, because I like the texture of cut ricotta with the cottage cheese. It's a little mealy in my own opinion, just straight ricotta. So I think it's really nice. Cut it and mix it. We add a bunch of fresh herbs for that, and roasted garlic. Okay, and then real simple, smoked apple, onion, brown sugar, bourbon butter is our seasonal butter. I know everybody's wondering what the butter is. Everybody loves the no, because there is a little bit of cream in the actual sauce.
Got it. Okay. All right. Thank you.
Okay, questions? That's a good question. That's a good question.